All right, all right. Happy Sunday night, boss babes. Tonight, you've got a treat coming because there are some ladies that have earned the Bahama Cruise that are going to be talking here tonight. And you might be wondering, why in the world are we talking about this Bahama Cruise? Because like that's over and done. I can't earn that anymore if I haven't already earned it. And so the reason why we're talking about it is because Facebook is getting ready to blow up with all of these ladies that have earned the Bahama Cruise, and they're getting ready to be getting on the ship. They're going to be going on this cruise. You're going to see pictures. Facebook is going to be so full. And so it's going to be a really exciting time. But I just really felt in my heart that I think that, talking about the cruise, some people were not even part of Mary Kay back when you could earn the cruise. Maybe you just started within the last couple months. And so, I really feel like in my heart that Mary Kay corporate, this was such a genius thing for them to do, is offer this cruise. And I want to tell you several reasons why, but let's just talk about, first of all, what the qualifications were for the people that earned the cruise. And by the way, my name is Jana Strunk. I'm an independent senior sales director from Manhattan, Kansas. I'm part of this great Boss Babes group. So, and then when we have Lori and Sarah pop on, ladies, I'm going to have you share a little bit about yourself as well. Okay. So anyway, so the cruise, when the cruise, this is a Bahama cruise that started, the contest started January 1st and it ended June 30th. And so you had 6 months to get these qualifications in line. So you had to have 3,600 wholesale in orders yourself. So averaging just 600 wholesale a month. The second qualification was having 6 qualified personal team members. So that would be averaging 1 new personal qualified team member a month, and qualified means she starts with at least 600 wholesale. And the last qualification is that you had to have 3 personal team members that earned their red jacket. And so when this initially started, I evaluated the strategy and I thought, okay, what do I have to do every month? You have to have a new red jacket about every other month. You need to have 600 wholesale a month, and you have to have 1 qualified personal team member every month. So I love this contest for several different reasons. And the other independent sales directors that are on here tonight are going to share with you why they love this as well. So first of all, I love this contest because number one, it kept me focused on my personal sales. Sometimes in our business, we can get focused on this, we've got personal business, and then we've got team building, and then we've got, helping other people grow their business. And so it's almost like, I always like to explain this like we're cooking on a stove. Okay. So if you're cooking on a stove and you've got noodles boiling and you've got meat frying and you've got a sauce over on this other burner, you have to keep everything moving. You have to make sure everything's cooking at the right heat and you have to make sure you keep stirring it so it doesn't scorch or get cold. And so I think that sometimes our business is like that as well. And so we have to continue to be focused and work in balance. So the first reason why I love it is because it helped me keep focus on my personal sales. The second reason is it kept me focused on my personal team building and making sure that I had a consistent goal all the time. And the third one was it kept me focused on growing leaders. You guys, that was one of the hardest things for me. Not that I don't know how to work with someone when, if you have someone that comes alongside you, and even if you're a brand new independent beauty consultant, if you've got someone that comes alongside you and says, I'm ready to do this, let's go, let's run together. You totally know how to help her out, and you can encourage her. You can say, let's book appointments together. Let's get your launch started. Let's do this. But you guys, I am a person that never wants to impose upon anyone. I want everyone to grow, but I think sometimes as a leader, I was allowing them to just grow in their own time. And so it was hard for me to be able to ask someone and say, guess what? I think that you would be a great leader in this company. I think that you would be an amazing leader in the red jacket level. And so this is why I think you would be great. And if you do make a choice to do this, you'd be really helping me out because I am actually, working on earning a cruise. I never want to make things about me. So that was one of the biggest challenges that I had. Another thing that I was really excited about is that it kept me focused on growing leaders. Excuse me. We already talked about that. But the fourth one was there's a deadline. I think that as women, we work better when we know where the finish line is. And I also think that sometimes when you work for yourself, you're self-employed and you have your own goals, sometimes I feel like we allow ourselves to kind of kick the can down the street and maybe not get to what we know we need to get to when we need to get to it. And I really believe that there are missed opportunities in that. And so I love that there was a deadline in this, and that was like, oh my gosh, okay, wow. Okay, it's getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. So I think it's so important, to know what your deadlines are. And then the fifth thing is the prize. The prize of a cruise gave us something super fun to work for and to tell other people that we were working for it, so they could be praying for us, cheering for us. They could do parties with us. There were different things that people could do. And you could tell them, oh my gosh, I'm earning a cruise and I need your help. Okay, this is how you can help me out. So you might be thinking, well, okay, so the cruise is like they're getting ready to set sail. How does this pertain to us? Well, guess what? I don't know anything that you don't know, but this is what I know for sure. When something works out very successful, Mary Kay does it again. Okay, so this is the scoop. So I know that they were planning on, and one of the other sales directors, I know will have the numbers. I think they were planning on like 700 people earning the cruise, and something like 6 times that amount or something crazy earned the cruise. And so if it's successful, don't you think Mary Kay's going to repeat? So what my thought is we want you to be ready. We want you to be working your business in the proper zone. We want you to be working full circle. So when that time comes, you are ready. You already know how to do this. You're already on track and you're ready to run with it. Okay. So, it is totally all of this stuff that we're talking about tonight about personal sales, about building your team and getting people to run with you. It's all skill-based. So if it's all skill-based, everybody on this call can do it. There's no reason why you can't. So anyway, so how has this changed the complexion of my team? Well, it completely changed the look of our unit. So not only was I focused on building reds to earn the cruise and building my personal team members, but I was focused on helping other people win this cruise as well. And so I was helping other people get into red and helping their team members get into red. And so we just had a red explosion. We've got more red jackets than we've ever had in our Mary Kay, the time that we've been a Mary Kay unit for 14 years. And so it's such an exciting time, you guys. And I have had personal growth in my personal team, and we've had personal growth in our unit. And so many things have just exploded. Okay, so it's like creating multiplication rather than, doing something singular. Okay, so when you add someone to your team, if you're the only person adding people to your team, you're doing all the work. But if you help other people be successful, and let's say you add someone named Stephanie to your team, and then you say, Stephanie, you are awesome. And, how would you like to build your team? All it takes is, let's talk to some people that you think would be great at doing what we do. And so you have 3 starter kits to give away for just $75. Isn't that awesome? Oh, for $400 worth of stuff for just $75. And so who do you know right now that you think would like to join your team? And so when you're helping your new consultants get started, it's important to let them know, remind them that bring your besties is, that's definitely something that they want to take advantage of. Okay. Also, they should have a launch party in the same month, or, if they just are start at the end of the month, they should have a launch party within the first month. You know, I know that one of my personal team members that Jen, so logic, Jen is on here. So Jen, she had, Jen had a launch party and I went to Wichita and she did the flip chart. She did it all. She prepared for it. I helped coach her through that. But I watched her and I loved watching her, you know, grow in her confidence when talking to those ladies. And guess what? She recruited 2 people at her launch party. And then she added 1 more team member and she was in red, just like that. And you know what? When you do that with alongside people, their confidence soars and they see the possibilities. One of the best ways to help people stay in this business for a long time is to help them make money. You know, it sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Get your new team members in, show them how to make money, because it really, really does work. So anyway, something else that earning the cruise actually taught me, excuse me, is to never give up. Because you guys, I earned the cruise within the last week. And my amazing sister-in-law, Denise, started her business just to get her discount. And I was not pressuring her at all. But I did share with her that, you know, when I had 3 red jackets, and she said, what, then I would earn the cruise. And she said, what's it take to earn a red jacket? And I told her, and she said, And I could tell that she was thinking, and guess what? She was the 3rd person to earn her red jacket to help us go on the cruise. And so that exploded her business, and I can see how she has launched forward in that. So you know what? It wasn't all about me. It wasn't. And so it's not all about you. But when you will focus on a prize that you're going to get, other people's lives are going to be changed. And because you go for it, other people are going to go for it. So what is a goal that you can have set before you? What's a prize that just excites you and ignites you? And one of the things that I was excited about this trip was because I wanted it for my family. And so what is at the heart of your Mary Kay business? What are your goals? What are your dreams? What's the prize? You've got to know what the prize is. In my mind, you have to know the prize, because you're going to tell everybody that you facial and that you're booking about the prize. Oh my gosh, I'm working on earning a car with Mary Kay. And you are part of that. Thank you so much for being part of that. And then you can tell people at your parties, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm earning a car with Mary Kay. And by being here today, you're part of that. Another way that you can be part of that is when you share your follow-up facial with friends. Another way that you could help me earn that car is by listening to some facts about Mary Kay. It might be the last thing you'd ever do, but it would really help me out towards earning my first car. And that's a goal that I have to do, or that I have by Christmas. I'm going to earn the Malibu. It's Malibu now. I'm going to earn the Chevy Malibu by Christmas, or I'm going to earn this car by Christmas. And so you guys, I think that we have to be laser focused and really track it. I have a poster here in my office that I'm tracking the independent beauty consultants. I track what they're ordering every month, who they're recruiting, so how many qualifieds they have, and also how many red jackets that they're building. So do you know where you're at? I think that if you stick with the formula that the company started this cruise off with, the 600 wholesale a month, having at least 1 new qualified a month, and then having a new red jacket on your team about every other month, I think that if you stick to that, and if you have it set the deadline, you know when, like if you're starting right now, starting October 1, then you want to have, 6 months out, you want to have those cruise qualifications wrapped up. And I promise that whatever it is in this business, if you want to earn a car, if you want to be a star, if you want to become an independent sales director, you want to earn a Cadillac, it's going to take you there. Prove me wrong. I'll bet you $100 that if you do this, okay, I shouldn't be betting on here. That's probably against the rules or the law or something. But I'm just telling you right now that if you do this and you do it fair and square, and you're not fudging, and you're not like signing your Aunt Sally up and then making her a red jacket, do the work it takes. Because Mary Kay created this because they know that it creates growth. So when you do this in 6 months, I am willing to bet that you're going to be wherever you want to be on the career path. and you're going to be making some awesome stuff happen. So anyway, I'd like to have Sarah Lepper. I'm going to have Sarah, I'm going to have you unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? If not, I will find your number on here because it looks like you're just on here by number. So you guys, I have to tell you how I know Sarah Lepper. I met Sarah. She is an independent sales director, and we met one year at seminar. So go to seminar. You're building friends, and you're going to build great connections. Here we go. I've got her phone number here. There she is. Sarah, can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, Jana, and everybody else on this call. Hey, girl. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Congratulations on being a Bahama Cruise earner. Tell us a little bit about you, and tell us how this business and how a challenge like this in particular can change the complexion of the future businesses of these ladies.
Absolutely. Well, I am Sarah Lepper, and I live in Quincy, Illinois. So if you picture the state of Illinois, I'm like the pregnant mama on the left-hand side there. I'm right there, right on the Mississippi River, and I've been in Mary Kay for 20 years, a director for 18. I've had 12 free cars. We just picked up our Chevy Equinox on Tuesday. I'm so grateful and appreciative for that. 6 diamond rings, and I am actually a former teacher. So I was an elementary school teacher, taught 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, went back to get my master's, so thought I was going to be a principal, and had my first baby and brought her home in a free Mary Kay car. I was a consultant at that time and thought, you know what, this is what I really want to be doing. And I wanted to be home, but I still had to contribute to our family income. And so I knew I had to replace my teaching income with something, and that something was Mary Kay. And I am forever grateful that I did that 20 years ago. And so, but my daughter is 16 and my son is 9, and I haven't missed a minute. I have been at everything for them, not only their school parties, but everything. And my husband's dean at our junior high here and a coach, and we travel a bunch with our kids and our parents, and I'm just forever grateful that I made that decision. But I want you to know that it's never too late to make that decision or to pivot or just to do a little bit more with your Mary Kay business. You don't have to quit a full-time job to do a little bit more with Mary Kay. So hopefully I can tell you a couple tips there and why the trip really inspired me. So I think more than anything, like Jana, was getting people behind the cause and talking about it all the time. And I have to admit, I was working on it. January was slow for me. I don't know. I'm like in a coma in January. It's cold. It's gray. It's, whatever. And those team members counted double. And I was so blessed that I did get a qualified star team member. So it counted double. So Kim counted as 2. And so I was so excited and off and running. And then February came and not a lot happened towards the cruise. So I kind of got a little bit discouraged. But then this hotshot Jana posted this tracking chart. And so she kept saying done over different categories. And that was so impressive. And thank you, Jana, for doing that, because that post that I kept updating to my unit, that post helped them get behind me even more. And they would ask, what about this? And what about that? And why are you doing this? And how about that? And the win for me, I am like Jana. I earned this trip the last day, but I had promised myself that I was working till midnight, come heck or high water, that way I knew I had given it my best. And so early on, we advertised this. Tom and I had our 20th wedding anniversary back in November. He is a basketball coach. So, of course, we didn't, do anything ultra special because of him traveling so much with his own job. And so when this carrot was dangled in front of us, I said, Tom, this is going to be our 20th anniversary trip. Compliments of Mary Kay. I'm going to earn this Bahamas cruise. And we have never been on a cruise before, so I'm super excited to take him. And so I think the unit really got behind that and cheering me on and my customers. And I really had to talk from my heart. And I know Deanna touched on that. Everybody that I met with, I told them, guys, I am working towards a huge goal in Mary Kay. First time Mary Kay has ever offered this. And I told them about it. And I know that people were helping me along the way. They would buy more product. They would do more shopping with me. I'm like Amazon too. Think about this for a second, girls. They place their order and I deliver it the next day, right? So aren't we as good as Amazon Prime? And we're darn lot cuter, aren't we? My orders have chocolate in it, so of course they want that. But I think that more than anything, they were behind the 20th anniversary. They were behind me finishing up a car again. People get so excited about that because they hear about the pink Cadillacs, which I know you guys are inches away from, and I'm cheering you onto that finish line. But when they have that tangible car that they can see, they know this is the real deal. And I don't think that you're going to meet two more sincere people than myself and Jana. She has a heart of gold, and our personalities are super similar. We both have an ultra love of Christ, and I know that comes out in everything we do. And we're the real deal, and I know people trust us, and that's what I want people to do. I want them to trust us, that this Mary Kay thing is the real deal. So I want to tell you, though, about not giving up. Okay, I'm sure there's been times in your business where you've pivoted, or maybe you've had to put that Mary Kay starter kit on the shelf for a day or two because you were frustrated. So have I. I promise you I have too. But my 3 red jackets, Kelly has been with me over 10 years. Kelly has had consistently 2 active team members. So we just helped her get her 3rd team member. And let me tell you, Kelly is standing taller. She's selling more products. She's more excited. She has a bigger role in every meeting we do because she's now wearing and has earned that gorgeous red jacket. So Kelly is just growing and glowing. So I'm so excited for her. Kim was my hotshot that started in January, and she kept saying, I am not letting you and Tom miss that cruise. What do I have to do? And so she was the next one that I said, Kim, we need to get you into red. And it was all about who are the people on her team? Who could we help her add to her team? She recruited her best friend, Erin, who came in with a star consultant order. We did a debut. It was $1,000 debut, and the list goes on. So Kim had success. Let me tell you, though, she had 2 team members. And the final day, the final hours, we needed 1 more person. And Kim had the person. Kim was in Kansas City, which is 4 hours from our home. I was in the Lake of the Ozarks, 4 hours from our home. And thank you, God, for Mary Kay and the technology we have. She was able to recruit her best friend back here in Quincy. So here's Kim on the soccer field cheering her son on. I'm down at a baseball tournament, and we're recruiting somebody 4 hours away in our hometown, Jen. Jen signed up. She placed her order, and Kim became a red jacket. OMG. And you guys, I was sitting by myself in Starbucks. I told Tom in between games, I've got to get Wi-Fi. I've got to finish this goal. And when that order went through and cruise winner went from the word no to the word yes, the tears started to fall. The car was done. I mean, chills. I'm getting chills right now as I'm telling you this. And I went back to the field, and I look like I had been crying for hours. And my other good friend crossed the ballpark, like, did you finish the cruise? Like, she knew we had. So everybody on the baseball team knew that we finished the cruise. They knew we finished the car. We had like a party in 100-degree heat, all because of something that Mary Kay offered us. And so, like Jana said, whatever it is, if it's that star prize or whatever it is, do not quit and pivot when you need to. The other thing I wanted to tell you is last weekend, I was an hour and a half from home getting gas at a gas station, and there was National Sales Director Michelle Suddeth. So I went over to her, and I said, how are you? Oh, my gosh. And, I had volleyball clothes on at the time. I cheering on my daughter's volleyball team. And so we talked, and she said, how did you know it was me? I don't have my Cadillac. And I said, well, number one, you are put together beautifully. And from across the gas station parking lot, I could see her. So I went over and then I said, where's your caddy? She said, oh my gosh, I think I want that Escalade that they're offering us. So I'm renting one for a month. I'm trying it out to see if I like it. You guys, think about that. Look at these choices we have. She wanted to see if her little frame, you know, she's like 5'4", this petite little thing, if she could handle that big vehicle. And she can, let me tell you. But here's what she said after that. She said, girl, are you going on the cruise? And I said, yes. So when a national sales director asks you something like that, that is like Mary Kay Ash asking me. So I was so grateful that I could say yes. And then she said, did you hear about another company? She did not tell me that other company, nor do I want to know, but another direct selling company offers a cruise as well. And there were enough for multiple ships to sail, multiple ships. And that other company said, I'm sorry, we can only do one ship. The rest of you just are going to miss out. Not in Mary Kay Cosmetics. Look what happened. They thought there'd be 700 achievers. There were 3,700 plus, and 5 ships are sailing. So that is the company that you are working for. That is the company that makes things happen for you. And so I kind of think the same thing, Jana. If they did it this year and it was so ultra successful and the ships sail and the trips are fabulous, which I know they're going to be, I bet they do something like this again. So definitely stay tuned.
I
okay, girl.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, you're amazing. Okay, so number one, I just have to tell you that you called in, so we can't see your face, but I can totally,
yes.
I can hear your smile over the phone. And so you are such a dynamic phone speaker. I hope you utilize that gift. Oh my goodness. And I just loved you talking about the tracking sheet, how that tracking sheet, really keeping that in front of your unit, and how you just shared your heart with everyone. You know, that just gave me chills. It gave me chills listening to your story. You have such a genuine heart. And so thank you so much for giving your time this evening and being able to be on this call. So I'm going to go ahead and mute Sarah out. Well, first of all, I'm going to get Laree on here with us because I want Laree to, you know, give Sarah any feedback she wants to give her. And then we're going to listen to Miss Laree Barfield. Laree, take it away.
Hey, you guys both were wonderful, and I loved everything that you said. And yeah, I haven't met Sarah, but I can't wait to meet her in person someday because I think that our hearts could connect as well. So, but I just wanted to tell you that, well, my name's Laree Barfield, and I'm from Thomasville, Georgia. And Jan and I met several years ago at Leadership Conference, and so it's just been so good to be able to be with her every Sunday night on these calls. So we definitely have a great time together when we get to see each other, but you feel so much more connected doing these calls. And I do encourage you, any of you that can, if you can dial in using the app or your laptop with a camera, it is so much cooler when you can see the faces. And so, but kind of like Jana, my very first thought about this cruise was focus. And that you really, the thing that I liked about this was just it really helped you get clear on the goals and the steps that you needed to do to earn the cruise. And my husband and I had been talking between Christmas and New Year's of last year, and that was one of my things for this year. I'm like, another year has kind of slipped through our hands like sand, and we haven't gone some of the places or done some of the things that we've always said we wanted to do. And I'm like, this year we are going to, you know, spend some money, invest some time, and we are going to go see some things. And so lo and behold, Mary Kay announced this on, you know, the 1st of January. And I thought, it's just for me. It's for me. They're doing this. And so I was not going to not earn this trip. And so we had our January jumpstart on February 1st because of Cleta's 30th anniversary as a unit. And I mean, I made up my mind I was going to win it by February 28th, you know, of the year. And so I'm like, I'm knocking this thing out. I'm getting it done. But the thing is things don't always go as planned. And I like what both of them said is don't ever give up, because I really looked at the qualifications that Jana mentioned earlier, and I thought, this is so doable. I'm going to go ahead and win it really quick. And then I'm going to, all my team, we're going to help them win it. We're just going to have a party on the boat when we go. And so that was really how I had envisioned it. But things do not always work out as we plan, but that does not mean that you give up on the goal. You just change the date a little bit. And kind of like Sarah said, I recruited several people in January, and one of them came in with a qualified order, so she counted twice for me. But the other two, which one of them, reached out to me, found me online and wanted to sign up. And the other one was a friend of mine that I've known for a long time, but doesn't live here. And so I reached out to her again. I've honestly been trying to recruit her for years. And so she was finally ready. But the odd thing was I never heard anything more from those two people, even after repeated attempts in different ways for me to reach out and try to help them start their business. And so I really thought all of my qualifieds were going to be done very quickly, and that did not happen as I thought it would. And so, but I just kept, and some of the people that did wind up coming on my, that I wound up recruiting to meet that qualification were people that I didn't even know before then. And so those definitely came from parties and referrals and those kind of things. And so just like Jana said, it's the things that you do just in your regular business are what's going to bring you that success. And so, but what I really liked about this contest in particular was because it was a multi-tiered approach. And so you had to do your personal sales, but you also had to do personal recruiting, but then you also, it really helped you strengthen those leadership skills by helping other people. And so I really worked on inspiring other people to earn the cruise with me. And, although that didn't happen, they still had wins all along the way as far as building those red jackets. And so the red jacket piece was I won it on the last day too. It was getting that final red jacket and getting all those orders in and getting the people on her team. So, but the other part that I liked was having the short time frames. Every seminar year we have contests. We've got quarter sales, quarter of recruiting, unit clubs, all those goals that are year-long goals. But there's something about just having a shorter period of time that makes it seem more doable. And that's the cool thing about us being our own president and CEO of our own little businesses. We can set those goals for ourselves anytime that we want. We can set a weekly goal, and we should have that of what we want to do each week. And for me, the other thing was that I really wanted this particular prize because travel, and we've done a cruise before, so it wasn't the fact of a cruise, it was a fact of a cruise with my girlfriends and, my sister sales directors and my unit, and because we do love to travel. And honestly, for me too, it gave people that in the community or other people that it just, to me, it gave Mary Kay credibility, in their eyes for people that don't know our culture. And even though we try to explain it, when you're not in the pink bubble and people just don't understand, even though you try to explain it to them. And so it's just been interesting to me to watch other people's reactions when they saw posts about me winning the cruise. And we just had another vacation, and people say, "Oh, that's the one you won. You won that, didn't you?" And I'm like, "No, that's next month." And so it's been kind of cool that people that I didn't even know would recognize or would think about it have commented on it. So that kind of has a ripple effect throughout your business as far as people knowing, Mary, she won a free cruise with Mary Kay. I'm hearing husbands say that now to people that are my customers. "Oh, didn't she win a cruise?" So it, who knows the ripple effect that will actually have. So, and as far as just the effect on my unit, it is, stronger than it's ever been. We have more people than we ever have. And we've got people that see that there are goals out there that you can meet. And so that part has been just ingenious on Mary Kay's part. And so I'm so thankful that they did it, because honestly, it helped me build belief in myself again, and my own leadership and my unit. And so, we can get in a rut no matter what level you're in. You can be in a rut in a Cadillac, you can be a rut at a $500,000 club. And so, just the things that you need to do is look at what motivates you. And for me, this trip motivated me. It was a goal that I wanted to work for. But sometimes, you know, Mary Kay offers prizes, your directors offer prizes, even if it's not the thing that you particularly want. Say it's not the bead jewelry that you just particularly like this month. It does not matter. Work for it, because the true treasure is not the trinket that you win. The true treasure is the strength and the stability that you're building in your business, because that's the real prize. The customers that are going to continue to buy from you, and the income that it's producing for your family. And so, but, you know, even when the company's not offering a cruise or a particular big prize that you can really go for, you know, really look at what motivates you. I mean, for me, it's as simple as, I need a massage right now. But and I can go get a massage anytime I want to. But sometimes I dangle carrots out there for myself. It's like, okay, when I've done this, that's when I'm going to go get a massage. And so, or I like to read books. I do a lot of leadership reading and the Bible and those kind of things. But every now and then I like to read a novel. And sometimes I don't let myself do that until I've met a certain goal or something. And so sometimes we can do that ourselves, even when it's not a big company goal, which I'm so thankful that the company did this, because of the exponential effects that it had on me and my business and so many other people and the company. Just looking at 3,700 cruise winners, look at the growth, you know, in companies. So that's 15 new people on average for every cruise winner, not to mention the people that were going for the cruise that didn't quite meet it, that also built on their team. So I'm just excited to see the growth in our company, because that just produces more and more opportunities for the company to invest in marketing and research and all these things that will help us and strengthen our business too. So so that's kind of some of the takeaways from me. It really helped to establish clear goals that were doable and things that we could do. But then it also helped build credibility with your customer base, and knowing, you know, one of the top director trips is definitely, you know, on my goal poster. I mean, that's definitely something that I want to do. But this was something I was like, but sometimes that seems so far out from where I'm at, because I work another job as well. And so I know, you know, I've got to balance for another 4 more years. And but this was something I could do. And so each of you need to find the thing that you can do, and then really work on it and commit to it. And even if it is 10:30 or 11 o'clock on the last day of the qualification, you can still get that order in, or you can still do it and reach your goal. So for me, it was just a belief breaking thing for me, not just me personally, but for my unit, that they could really strive for something and be a part of that team. And so I'm so thankful for it. And we are all boss babes. So you can do whatever goal it is that you want to set for yourself. Just do it and do the work, because like I said, the true value is not in whatever it is that you're going to give to yourself, or whatever it is the company's going to give, or whatever your director, whatever carrot the director is dangling out there for you. The true prize is the strength and the growth and the new customers and the business strength that you're getting in doing the work to do it. So
that is awesome. Thank you so much, Laurie. I have to tell you all that I met Laurie probably and I think I met her way before this, but I think it was the Atlanta leadership when we got to spend a little bit more time together, and I got to know you a little bit more. You guys, Laurie has a heart of gold. She is a master time management person. She works a full-time job, and I think it's a government job. And so that's why she is continuing to work that until she's, you know, at a point of retirement. And so I really look up to you, and I know that you get a lot done in little periods of time, and you just inspire me. I hope you know that. And you have such a beautiful heart. So thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so some of the things I just have to tell you. I love that you talked about the shorter period of time instead of it being a whole year, because I think that sometimes we put things off. We're great in this out of the gate, and we're great at the end, but it's the in-between. And when you make that in-between so stinking long, it really stalls us out. And so, you know, if you guys think about it, the Star Consultant program, you should definitely have a rock solid goal for the Star Consultant program. You know, Star Quarter just began September 16th. And so what is your goal? Do you know exactly what you're earning? Did you blow up that prize? And are you taking that with you everywhere you go and say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is what I'm earning. And you know what? If you get the super certificates, if travel motivates you, You can buy airline tickets with those, because I purchased tickets to Dallas to seminar just based on those points. Okay. So there's so many things, or make your travel cheaper or less expensive. You know, you can get, super certificate is tied to hotels. And so you could go on a weekend getaway. And so there's so many things that you can do. So thank you. That just really inspired me, Laurie. And that's got me thinking about, you know what? Yes, we have to make sure that we have those goals, you know, have the bookends on there. And your discipline, I do the same thing. We're so much alike. That discipline of, let's see, like I was talking in Bible study the other day, and they're like, well, what do you just enjoy doing? What fills you up? And I said, you're going to think I'm crazy, but cleaning my closet that fills me up, and it gives me a sense of, but I don't let myself do it. Like right now, my closet is a mess, but I haven't earned it yet. And so I'll do certain things in my business. You know, maybe I'll call 10 clients a day for 5 days, and then I'll get to sit down and read my book or go in my closet and clean it up, or whatever the case may be. So I love, love, love that you shared that. Thank you so, so much. So ladies, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna shut the recording down here in just a moment, but I first want to hear from the other independent sales directors that are on the call. And so I'm going to go ahead and have you unmute yourselves and just give us any extra input on what your thoughts are about the price program that Mary Kay, setting up this Bahama cruise, or what your thoughts are on the call tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Rosie. Rosie, I unmuted you. Can you hear me okay? Can't hear you. No. I'm going to go over and get with Valerie real quick. Valerie, are you there, Valerie? Okay, there's a lot of feedback. So Valerie, are you there? Okay, we're going to go ahead. We'll go back to Rosie real quick.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay. All right, Rosie.
I'm so magical. I just can't help it. First, I just want to thank Sarah and Laurie and Jana for sharing their thoughts with us. And, this motivated me. I will be the first one to admit that I did not win the cruise. I certainly had every intention of doing so, and I got partway there. And I am really, really hoping that it's offered again, because it's not going to happen again. I mean, I might let it happen once, but it's not going to happen again. And I think, when you are focused, let me just say that because Jan and I work pretty closely together, I have seen the growth in her unit, and it has been extraordinary. Like she said, they've never had as many red jackets as they have now. And that is a direct result, I believe, of the work that's been done to earn the cruise. And so, really there's no reason, and I know I sit here and say, there's no reason anybody can do it. And you're saying, well, why didn't she do it? Well, that's because I'm human. And so let's just prove everybody wrong, everyone who did not earn the cruise, including Rosie. And let's just go do it next time. So, and I think even if a cruise is not offered, that shouldn't be our only incentive, because if we work towards reaching the same goals as the qualifications that were put out to earn the cruise, your business is going to explode. Whether there's a cruise behind it or there is not a cruise behind it, you're going to see tremendous growth in your personal business for sure. And if you're a sales director in your unit, and if you're not a sales director, like I said, your personal sales and in your team building. So anyway, thank you so much for sharing with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, Rosie. And I'm going to, Valerie, are you there? Okay, so we're having some audio issues with Valerie, but you guys, I just want to tell you that success is contagious. Wouldn't you all agree? Wouldn't you all agree that success is contagious? And so when you get excited, so let's say that you're not in your red jacket yet, go get in your red jacket, and then encourage everybody that just joined your team to go get in their red jacket. Utilize this Bring Your Besties program, because that's powerful, and that is ending at the end of December. Am I right, directors? Bring Your Besties. That is, it's so much fun to be able to tell people, oh my gosh, who are your 3 girlfriends that are going to be joining your team? You've got vouchers. You get to give away 3 starter kits for just $75. So who are you going to get on your team today? So you guys, light the fire on your team. Don't wait for someone else to do it. You can light the fire. Get practiced up. Start tracking this. And so if you're not tracking this cruise, like it's in my mind, I'm tracking the imaginary cruise. I'm not kidding. And so I've even offered my unit something special if they earn the cruise qualifications by the end of December. And so whatever it is that you have to dangle in front of yourself, get on track, because when you start working at this level, you're going to be so glad that you did. Because when Mary Kay offers that cruise again, you're going to have it done in no time flat, because you're already going to have the momentum built up. So guess what? It's just about the end of September. So build up momentum like crazy within the next few days. And by the way, you just never know what Mary Kay's going to do on October 1. So be prepared. Don't think, oh my gosh, they won't start something until January 1. We don't know that. So let's get in gear. Let's make some awesome stuff happen. And let's be ready to roll by October 1. So have that momentum built up. Book those facials this week and make some awesome stuff happen, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording. And